So, Shalom everyone, Shana Tova. We are very happy to be here with you today. Do you have any questions, Yanis, that you would like to ask? Is there anything on your mind lately that you're interested in? Please go ahead and ask. Today, it is Yom Kippur, almost the end in 1 hour or so. People will blow in the shofar to end the Yom Kippur, the time, so to speak, of forgiveness, but there's nothing to forgive about. And after the 3 stars will appear in the sky, people will start to build the sukkah, the temporary house that, or dwelling space that the Israelites used to live in the desert. You would like to understand the 2 goats? Yes, yes, of course. Have you read about this or something? Would you like to unmute and speak 1 sentence that we shall hear your voice? Is it possible for you, Johannes, to unmute? If you may, yes. There is a beautiful, text which is sharing with us the following. Every Yom Kippur, Day of Atonement, the higher Kohen Gadol or higher priest used to take 2 goats, which are similar in look, in shape, yes, and almost twins, identical, and used to put his hands on them. And one of them, yes, used to run or appear in the temple, and one of them used to run into the desert and fall from a cliff. So we have 2 goats, yes, identical in shape, in color, in form. Kohen Gadol used to put both of his hands on them. And this process is called Hatalat Goral, to put in a way face. Goral is like to put a lot, like people play the lottery, they don't know. So even the high priest is not so much a person, but high agency of wisdom, highest. Even there is no notion what is right and what is wrong. But in a way, in this process, you let nature takes its course, because also nature is nourished by higher. So the inner one that represents the soul, the inner one, will run towards the temple and continue to live, yes? And the false one will turn and run into the desert and fall from the abyss called Azazel. This ritual symbolizes something that happens to all of us inside. We never know, yes, which part in us will continue to live, yes, and which part of us is a draft, external draft of something, a mechanical process that has no life of its own. So what is a mechanical process will run into the desert or into the wilderness and disappear. Yes, and the inner souls will continue. Does it make any sense to you, Yanis? Do you understand better the 2 goats? Yes, it is like something that happens inside of us all the time. The ritual, in a way, that Kohen Gadol is performing is just, in a way, to reflect what is happening inside, because we never know, is to show us all the time that whenever we go and whatever we do, though it seems to us that we know, we never know, yes, what will continue to live and what, in a way, will perish, because it's just an external expression of things. Does it make any sense to you, Yanis? Do you understand now the story of the two goats? I hope you do. And if not, continue to ask questions. It's always sharpening the conversation. No, this process, yes, of putting the hands on the two goats, it is called Hatalat Goal. Hatalat Goal. Yes, Hatalat Goal. Good morning, Abigail. Yes, and this is like Purim. This is like Purim. Because we never know what is real and what is not. What is external draft and what is the inner Purim. It's like to put a lottery. Nobody knows. You let nature takes its course. Yes, like we toss a coin. Yes, the coin has two sides. Pur is like a lot, like lottery. Yes? Yes, good afternoon, Abigail. Happy to be here with you as well. If you have any question, please feel free to ask. Yes? Yanis was asking about the two goats that the high priest, Kohen Gadol, is, in a way, blessing or put his hands onto. One of them, yes, runs into the temple. Another one runs into the wilderness and jumps from a cliff. This ceremony, in a way, just reflects an inner course that happens in all of us. The real things will continue to exist in the temple, in the inner sense, to nourish. And the external draft, yes, will just disappear in time and space, dissolve. I hope now it is understood. This process shows us that we ourselves never know. We can never know, yes, what, yes, is an inner aspect and what is external. Yes, we can never distinguish. And in a way, this is to show us that we are what? We are innocent because we never know. And this ceremony or ritual is taking place on Yom Kippur to show us that we really do not know. So if we do not know, how can we are capable of committing any sin? This is the real thing. How is it even possible? Oh, yes. There is a name, yes, in Hebrew called Azazel. Azazel. How? Okay, Azazel. Azazel. Yes, this is a name. Azazel. Yes, is strong or bold, Yes. And there's L. Yes. Yes, another as L, like bold. So the bold draft or the external draft version will go into this wilderness. This is Jill. So happy to see you here. I was thinking about you today. Yes. So the external one, you can unmute, yes, and speak if you wish. Yes, we shall be happy to hear your voice. Jill was reading for us, yes, a book that Weinreb wrote, The Amazing Scroll of Esther, and she was reading it to us as an audiobook. She gave us a present, and it's here. The recording here is under the category of books. So you can browse and find the recording. So you will figure it out. At the moment, I don't know how to do it from here, but let's see. Let's see. I'm just trying to find. I don't find it anyway here at the moment. If you know how to unmute, Abigail Yanis, write to Jill how to unmute. So again, this is kind of a ritual that shows us, yes, that we really don't know what is happening. So we are not capable of, in a way, committing any sin or any crime. It's a beautiful day. It is out of print. Yes, it is out of print, and Jill went on a hunt. And Jill found a book, and since she found a book, she recorded it on her phone and sent us each time a file. Yes, and we upload it here on Discord, and it's for you to listen to. It's a beautiful, beautiful book. Yes, you still have it. Yes, and there is, I think, also here under the category of books, Yanis, there is another friend, yes, that she gave us a PDF. Yes, she sent us an email when Jill went on a hunt. She sent us an email that her professor gave them somehow a link or a PDF. So she sent a copy of the PDF, and we uploaded the PDF here version on under the category of books. So there is a PDF version, and also there's a sound, a meaning. There is an audiobook by Jill. How do you do these days, Jill? We are very happy to hear you. I mean, to see you here. Are you still living in Atlanta, or you moved from there? Felipe, good morning. Lucas here, Felipe. Jill is here. Hallel, Hallel. Jill, Hallel to the ocean, Hallel to the sea. We are very happy to see you here. I'm sure that Felipe also, because he once made an interview with Jill. One of our podcasts is in interview with Jill, which Felipe did and hosted. Yes, Felipe, do you know how to unmute? Can you write maybe to the friends how to unmute Jill and Yanis? Won't they wish to unmute and they don't know how? They would like to speak, and we would like to hear their voices. And I don't know how to operate or to do it or how to offer. Here, Abigail did it. Yeah, Abigail, come on. I just wanted to click. Yeah, yes. Yes, Abigail.
Yes. Okay, good afternoon,
Good
Etty and friends.
afternoon.
Okay, so I was also trying to figure out how to unmute. I think you need to press the hand and then the moment you press the raised hand, a pop-up will come for you to accept the invitation to speak, and then
Yes.
you accept. Then
Here. Thank you. So you told Jill. Now you will hear Jill. Yes. Here.
aha,
Thank you, Abigail.
invitation. Voila.
Yes.
Hello,
Hello.
Okay.
Good morning,
can you hear
Jill.
me?
Yes, we
Good
can.
morning.
Abigail is here.
Nice to meet you, Abigail and Giannis.
Jill, nice meeting you too.
Good to hear you, Etty. Great to see Felipe's name.
How do you do? How is Atlanta these days? How is the weather?
Oh, the weather is really nice today. We've gone through a couple of hurricanes over here, but it didn't touch us. But the weather's beautiful and sunny here today.
Good. Do you still have, I mean, autumn, the trees are changing the colors or
Um, they're starting to change slightly.
yes.
Slightly. None of the leaves are dropping or anything yet, but everything's really green here still.
Yes, I see. Here already is, I mean, it's a beautiful day. It's sunny and the trees are all green. The birds are singing. So there's no sign of rain. Yes, in the next or the coming days. It is beautiful and warm and sunny.
Sounds like the same as here.
Yes, yes. And how it is in how is it your days? What are you thinking those days?
I've just been thinking about this class all the time, listening to the podcast, and today, every day, I'll pop up on my phone, and today I'm like, I need to get back there.
Yeah.
I've just been feeling the need to get back and listen and be involved in the conversation.
It is beautiful. It is beautiful because in a couple of hours, I mean 2 or 3 when the sun set and a few stars will arrive, we shall start building the sukkah. Yes, already the sukkah has a value. This gazebo or this hut, yes, has the same value as a word. Yes, the sukkah has the same value of a word. Milah, word. So what does it mean that we are living or dwelling, yes, in the sukkah? It means basically that all of us are living in a space which is called word. Yes, do you understand the relation between word and sukkah? Do you understand? Or not yet? If
I
you
would
don't,
say not yet for
not
me.
yet. Okay, sukkah, you know what sukkah is, like a gazebo, a temporary dwelling? Yes? Gazebo, a hut, something which is not from concrete. Yes? Today is something like a tent, like temporary dwelling. Yes. This is clear what sukkah is, like temporary dwelling. It's not from concrete. Yes? Something which is
Yes.
temporal in time. Yes? So now, I mean, in 4 days, yes, in the next full moon, which is 4 days from now, people will live for 7 days in a temporal, let's say, space called sukkah. Yes, this is a symbol. Yes, the fact that people are still dwelling in Sukkot or temporal space is just to symbolize us that all our life here, yes, in the body, in a way, is temporal. Yes, the value of Sukkah is 85, like the value of a word. In Hebrew, milah. Also, mouse. Yes, mouse. In Hebrew, peh, has the value of 85, which means that we are living in a space which is also here Po is also here, the same letters. Yes, Po, it means here. Here we are living, yes, in a space of words or in a space of communication. Our temporary housing is our body, because the soul is eternal. Yes, the soul is eternal. But the temporary housing is the body. So the spirit, which is hovering above the body, is dwelling in this temporal structure called body or sukha. So we have a temporal space, human body, and also the sukha, the heart, the tent is also temporal, is to show us, yes, that the spirit, which is eternal, lounge itself or dwells from time to time in different spaces. And those different spaces are our bodies. Is that understood, this concept? Or not so much? Yes, I will repeat, and I will, yes, Yanis, I will. The spirit is eternal. The spirit, the Holy Spirit, is eternal, is infinite. Is this clear? This is the first sentence. The spirit is infinite and eternal. Is this understood? Yes, very well. The spirit, yes, very good. The spirit, like it says in Genesis, and the spirit hovers upon the face of the water, and the water is time, as we learned. The spirit dwells on temporary, yes, dwelling. The human body is temporal. Is it right? Is the human body a temporal space? Because how can we say that this is a temporal space? It is being born, appears in time, live a time spent like few decades, and then the spirit moves away, the body left behind, and it goes to its place. So the body is a temporal space. Do we have an agreement upon that? Yes. The spirit is eternal and infinite. Yes. The body structure is temporal, appears in birth and disappears in death, so to speak. So it's temporal. Yes. So the spirit, which is infinite, what? Dwells in temporal space. The body is a temporal space. The spirit dwells in there. Like the spirit blows in a flute. Yes, the spirit blows in a flute. What happens? There's a sound coming from the flute. There's a music coming. Yes? Yes. So the spirit blows in us, in a human body, and then we can speak and communicate. So how do we speak to each other? Using words. Word in Hebrew, milah, has the value of 85. Yes. Also mouth in Hebrew, pe has the value of 85. Also po, here, the same letters with a different pronunciation, po here has a value of 85. So the spirit, yes, which is infinite and eternal, the spirit blows through the temporal space, body, human body, and communicates via the mouth, which has the value of 85, using words, which has the value of 85 here. which has the value of 85. So also the sukkah, the temporal space, the gazebo, so to speak, or let's say the tent, also is a temporal dwelling in which the spirit dwells in. So what the spirit is basically doing, communicating, using us as instruments. Yes, it is easier to look at an orchestra. There is a piano, there's a violin, yes, there's a harp, there's a flute, yes, there are drums, yes. Those are different, separated, so to speak, instruments. But while we are touching them or blowing in them, they play. Yes? But they're not being played because human body is touching them. Through the human body, the spirit moves the human body, which touches those instruments, and then we have like orchestra, which is orchestrated, and then we hear music. So the spirit manifests through us its divine will. Is this understood? So we are instruments. We have names, yes? And each one is appearing in different continents, so to speak, different language, so to speak, culture, tradition. But all of us are instruments in which the spirit plays its music or divine will. Yes, we don't have really a free choice. From the absolute, we don't have a free choice. So therefore, we should not be upset, because when we are upset, it means that we are in charge. I wanted A and it became B. I wanted C and D appeared. It makes us upset because we think that we control or we have plans and nothing is working according to our plan, so to speak, that the brain creates, that self-narrative creates. But this is a beautiful thing because we don't have a free choice. And we are just basically instruments in which the spirit comes and blows and expresses a divine will. And we can really chill and relax and see what is happening. And it is a great relief. We don't need to be troubled. We don't need to solve any problems. Yes, we don't need to arrive to any solution. Yes, because there isn't any problem. Everything is being, in a way, orchestrated by higher power or higher source. Yes, and this is what the Sukkot, yes, this holiday is teaching us. And the Israelites used to dwell in Sukkot in temporary dwelling while walking in the desert, when desert, again, is a symbol of time. Yes. So, again, our bodies are like little tents or like spaces or Sukkot, which are appearing in time. And the divine will is blowing through us. Speak through us. Communicate through us. So this is why in the Bible Sukkot is called Zman Simchatenu, the time of our happiness. This is the time of our happiness because there is communication. In a way, the 10 commandments or the 10 sayings of God were given already in June, in Shavuot, but in a way they were not received because people were busy celebrating the golden calf. So this Torah that was given in the 3rd month from spring was not accepted. But now, yes, we are in the 7th month, and Moshe came from the mountain when Yom Kippurim ended with the new tablets. The Torah that people can receive or accept in time and space. So there is a receiver. Yes, and this is why Sukkot is called Zman Simchateinu, because the happiness comes from the ability to receive the truth. And what is the truth? That there is all the time communication. We are not alone. We are not separated individuals. Yes, everything is one. And in Sukkot, in a way, there is a space, yes, in us to receive this simple truth. In the 7th month, because Tishrei is the 7th month from spring, or from the Exodus of Egypt. So far, so good. Is it understood? Do we understand that we are in a way like flutes? Yes, we are like flutes, and comes a blow and we can talk, and comes a blow and we can move. But it's so fast, the communication that comes from the infinite, that we cannot process. We're just being, we are being animated. Yes? People like to watch Disney's Channel. You see like little, written fig. Now everything is generated by computers, but in the beginning, yes, people used to draw, little drawing, and create few drawings moving fast. And then we have like cartoons or little figurines from paper that can move or animated. Yes? This is what they used to create in the beginning in Disney's studios. But like it is happening on paper, this is what is happening. Comes in a way a communication, but the communication is so thin, so intelligent, that we cannot notice it. We just maybe can notice that we are moving, we are walking, we are writing. Yes, we are lifting a cup of coffee and we sip, but the communication is very fast and so elegant and transparent and not noticeable by us, and we think that I hold a cup of coffee and I sip coffee, yes, and I write a letter. This is how the language is built. I drink a cup of coffee. This is my coffee. Because the brain, in a way, reinterprets what is happening in higher agency, which is the soul, and with the interpretations also comes a distortion that says that I am the initiator, I am the walker, I am the talker, I am the thinker, I am the dreamer. Of course, which we are not. Yes? Through us, dreams are appearing. Yes? Infinite consciousness is thinking, ing, verbing, through us. Yes? But we are not the thinkers. Of course, the brain will claim immediately that since thinking is happening, I am the thinker. I am the talker. Yes? This is what the brain will claim. This is what Eve said also in Genesis. I bought a man from God. Yes, this is also already interpretation. This is not what life is about. So our brains, and this is a very beautiful thing to see, that our brains, which are basically external machines, are always interprets to us what life is about. But this is interpretation. This is not what life is. Yes? This is why Targum, translation, Targum, this is what the sages are saying, the translation, you can find translation. What is the value of Targum, which is translation? Yes, is like falling asleep. Tardema, let me check it. 1 second. Targum translation. This is what the brain does. Translate to us life. This is not what life is about. 1 second. Targum 6, yes, and Tardema, sleeping. Tardema, yes, and sleeping. This is what God put on Adam when he took Eve. Tardema has the same value. 6, 4, 9. Yes? So, by our brain translating or interpreting to us what life is about, the brain, our brain, all of us, yes, putting us to sleep. What does it mean to be asleep? Not to be present. Because there's all the time, so to speak, a mechanical process, mental process, calculating, and then we are deluded. Yes, we are drifting after the thoughts and we are not present in the moment, available for a conversation. So, is this understood? Do we understand the topic? Jill, Yanis, Abigail, do we understand? If you have questions, go ahead and ask. If you have something that you don't understand, go ahead and ask. The brain, by and each and every one of us, yes, there's a machine inside that calculates everything, interprets for us or translate for us life. But it is a translation. Like to moving language, to move the communication from language to language. Yes? It's not life. So the important thing is not to take seriously what the brain creates all the time. And telling us this narration that we are the thinkers, we are the doers, we're making mistakes all the time. Yes, the brain will say that you are a winner or a loser, yes? And you are the thinker and you are the hearer, which is not. It is through, how can we could communicate to each other? There's a hearing. So people are capable of hearing. People are capable of talking, yes? Because communication comes through us. But it's not private. Do we understand that all life in its beauty, it's not a private case? We are not separate, yes, individuals. We are not. Because we are taught, yes, that there's a person, he has a name, and he is against, or she is against the world. Yes, there's a world, and you should have plans and you should follow your plans and achieve something from the world, because we are separate part of the world. Yes? But we are not. So in a way, there's nothing to achieve, nothing to chase, and just in a way evidence the beauty of life living or being lived through us. Questions or thoughts? Please feel free. This is why, yes? Yes, there is nothing to be in pressure. This is just a mechanical happening of the brain. Each and every one of us has this brain, coal miner, yes, working without stop. There's nothing to listen to it, yes? And the word tardema, this is the word that the Bible uses in Genesis 2 when God, yes, put Adam to sleep. Yes? And what does it mean, put Adam to sleep? Why? That he could, in a way, be present. What does it mean to create a woman? This is not a surgery. This is not a medical procedure. Yes? God wanted Adam to be present, to be available for a conversation, not to be engaged so much with the thoughts. So the creation of a woman is, in a way, giving us ability, and again, it's not a biological, yes, is giving us ability to converse and to be available. When we are conversing, it means we are available. Yes, we are being present here, po, 85, with the word 85, and we are not drifted, yes, after mechanical process of the brain. Yes, again, God in chapter 2 in Genesis put Adam to sleep, lower his ability to think and to interpret, because before Adam names the animals, so he names the animals like he is, see the animal as a different element than himself, and call the animals in their name. It means that there is an animal outside, there's object, subject, yes, Adam and the animals, and Adam see himself as different, yes, or disconnected from the world. So God put him to sleep. You are not, in a way, separate individual or entity. And the woman, or the little fire, is created. What is the little fire? The little fire is a conversation. Yes, this is little fire. Man, ish, like great fire is the thought. Yes, but the fire can burn, yes, and without stop. And now there is a need to be available, to be present. Don't think so much, because thinking is happening anyways, and we are not a thinkers. Just be available to what is happening. This is the meaning of the creation, of a companionship. Yes, a companionship that is available for a conversation. Yes, from the side, because the heart, yes, the human body is on the left side. Conversation happens through the heart. So there is a wish that we shall be engaged with the heart. Yes, available for a conversation. Not all the time that we shall be drifted, yes, with our thoughts, our, in brackets, thoughts, that we shall believe that we are the thinkers. We are not the thinkers. The thinking happens naturally, yes, and the thinking is happening through us, and we are not the owner of our thoughts. So don't get excited or upset if this thought appears in you or not another thought, because we are not in charge. So it's like a river which is flowing, and the river goes out of Eden. This is not a geographical river. Yes, like many Bibles are trying to anchor, yes, this chapter as a geographical, and a river goes out of Eden. This is the river of life, of intelligence, of awareness. Yes, and this river is moving through all of us. And sometimes in the river there are stones, yes. Sometimes there are flowers, like, or leaves that are falling from the trees. The river brings many things with it, yes. But we cannot claim ownership on the thoughts or what the river brings about. It's not in our control. It's not in our hands. This is how awareness, in a way, presents itself. And we should not get bogged down on each and every frame of the movie. We are not in charge. And this is a great relief, because we can look at the ocean, we can look at the sea, we can watch the harbor, the birds are flying, the trees are moving in the wind. We are not in charge. It is simple. Any questions? If not, I would like to thank each and every one of you for participating in this conversation. And we shall be here on Monday at the same time. And we shall be happy to see you again. Thank you for coming here, Abigail, Yanis, Jill, Felipe, and friends on YouTube. We're wishing you Shana Tova, happy Sukkot, and see you soon. תודה ולהתראות.